Hello, welcome to my channel. My name's Ridge and I'm doing tarot readings. Today I'm focused on, what question do I want to focus on? Just one second. How to tune into higher power. Ways to tune into higher power. God, divine power, the universe, nature, whatever that is for you, that higher power that is creative and that is positive and that is full of light. What are some ways? I'll start here with the apparition tarot. What are some ways that we can tune into higher power and uplift our experiences? What does it mean, higher power? If I think about just as the body, it's the idea that yes, I do have my driving force, my perception, my vision, my mind, those thoughts, all of that, the beliefs and the opinions. I have control over how I move, but there's a lot happening underneath the surface in my body. There's digestion, there's respiration, there's circulation. There are many systems that work and function together, and it all kind of conglomerates or meets at our vision or our perception, our conscious awareness. But there is a higher power in that there's an entire process that we don't have to consciously think of that's happening all the time. So for me, that's a good way to start with talking about higher power and what it means to have higher power, or that there exists some sort of intelligence within the structure, within the natural expression of things. I can also talk about the idea of God or the divine, that there are sources of power or of light that are greater than us, such as the sun or the moon or the planets. I tend to relate it to nature and natural cycles and processes. But that there is a God, that there is some sort of force that is overwatching or overseeing what's going on, that there's some sort of plan that is interconnected with all of us. And this, for a lot of people, can illuminate and uplift just by tuning into it. It can help us with our attitude, with our perception, with our thoughts, our beliefs. It helps us to get to know ourselves as well, or I believe that it should. It should help us to get to know our own godly attributes, I would say, like spiritual gifts, talents. Spiritual gifts and talents are also physical too. It's what do we develop and what do we learn? What are our skills? So I created that resonance talking about what higher power means to me, and now we're going to continue with that question. What are some of the best ways, or what are some really great ways that we can tune into higher purpose, higher power, the divine, God? Oh, I'll cut the deck. Okay, the first card is the Hanged Man. Traditionally, this is about patience and waiting. It can be about being caught up or stuck, or needing to wait until the process unfolds to take action. Here, what do we have? We have a ship with an anchor. It looks like he's heading toward a destination, but there's an anchor. There's something keeping him from moving forward or keeping him steady when there's also a direction. It looks like he's headed that way, right? The Hanged Man to me is referring to a sense of meditation and of feeling one's own body and one's own presence, one's own spirit, one's own soul. And taking time to really feel and to get to know your own resonance. Befriending oneself. And what does it mean to befriend oneself? I support my ideas. I support my ideas and I treat myself really well. I think my ideas are beautiful. It's really being positive and being a friend to what I perceive about myself and how I feel about myself. Meditation, going within, feeling one's own resonance, and giving time, not of the mind, but of the body. it includes the mind, but it's giving time to this whole being, not just ideas and thoughts, but it's creating space within oneself. This can also be like, for me, it's breathing exercises. I really love breathing exercises because it gets my system moving and I can feel the energy, the vitality, and the momentum within me. The next card is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. I would say the Knight of Pentacles definitely has goals, things that they want to achieve. To me, this is a good way to tune into the divine and the higher power, the higher purpose. What do I want to achieve? I would trust that my desires will indicate the right direction. Things that actually fulfill me, bring me enjoyment. And achieving things because it comes from within, because I've taken time to befriend myself, to love myself, to know myself, and to understand myself. What do I love? What do I want to do? What do I want to experience? What do I want to accomplish? What are my goals? What are my tasks? That is inspired by the divine. That desire and that motivation is higher power and creation moving through us. Third card, Eight of Swords. This is starting to get into the trust, the self-care, the nitty-gritty, trusting that everything we experience can be uplifted, and we can call the divine energy and higher power and higher purpose into all of our experiences. When we are feeling overwhelmed, it's good to do things that will help us feel better, rather than focusing on the overwhelm or focusing on the anxiety. Recognizing and befriending your anxieties and fears. Instead of battling them and fighting them, recognizing them, being aware of them, and then figuring out what to do. Either you're going to be trapped in them and kind of really processing them. That happens a lot. Sometimes we just get overwhelmed. There's just too much going on. What can you do to step away, to find a new environment, to reset, or to find a new situation to where you don't have to be focused on fighting or battling your anxieties or moving against yourself? Inner peace and inner harmony as much as possible, and learning through our challenges, learning through our experiences, and allowing our obstacles to teach us and to guide us. You can praying or invoking guidance or help is always useful, especially in situations that seem to kind of like overpower or overcome what we're able to do or how we're able to be present. And simply creating an intention within oneself to ask for help will bring in higher power and helpers that will. The truth is, we're all interconnected, and we're interconnected instinctively. So whether it's physical beings, or whether it's if you believe in angels, or if you believe in like higher beings that can come in and support us, this is one of the ways that they can do it, is if we create that intention to receive their help and their light, and then we trust and we believe that that will happen. It does happen, and they are present. And so that's one of the ways that we can tune into divine power or divine source, is recognizing what overwhelms us and recognizing where it is that we have a difficult time, where it is that we might like battle ourselves or fight up against our anxieties. And then we can call in for help and get ourselves to situations or areas that feel more peaceful and that are aligned with ourselves. It's a lot about getting to know oneself. Don't overlook your potential. Don't overlook your possibilities. You wouldn't do that for a friend. You wouldn't be overlooking a friend all the time, thinking they're not talented or they're not capable. So don't do that to yourself. Don't overlook all of the hard work and effort that you've put into living a good life, that you've put into doing your best, and that you've put into trying to achieve your goals. Give yourself credit simply by feeling valuable. Feel valuable for yourself. You are valuable. Giving yourself time, doing activities that you love is really important. Treating yourself well and sticking up for yourself, being your own parent. Really like treating yourself like you would a child or someone who just needs help, like an innocent person, not being so harsh, not always having to drive yourself toward a certain place. Let's pick another card. Okay, we have Temperance. So finding balance, rest, relaxation, allowing the process. The work is done, now let yourself emerge from the cocoon, is essentially what it says. Like, put in the work and allow that there's a bigger process happening, that you can't necessarily control everything. And we start to see that there is a higher process, there is something larger than ourselves. We can only do so much, and we need to really like choose our battles, essentially. I would say it's most important to stick up for yourself, to learn how to stick up for oneself. Learning what sets you off and what drives you and what motivates you, and then learning what you like and what you don't like. It can help a lot. So do the work to create a life that you love, and allow the process to unfold and to surprise and excite you. I know not everybody is so keen on surprises, but I think a pleasant surprise is always really nice. Like, oh, I didn't know that could happen. Like, I know that I've set that goal, or I know that I really wanted this to happen, and it exceeded my expectations. I couldn't have even expected what happened. I also like the best case scenario idea. So a lot of it is kind of like programming and reprogramming ourselves, identifying our belief patterns and structures. Like, you don't have to believe in God in a certain way, but you can. And all of the beliefs in God help to learn about life and learn how to connect with God in a lot of different ways. Community is a really good way to connect to the divine. Just make sure that you are connected with yourself. Make sure that you're able to get to that divine place within yourself where you feel love, you love yourself, you feel love for other people. That is the higher power. That's an indication of the creative path and the higher force. Well, that was the reading for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you liked it. I hope this helped to inspire you and to uplift you. And please subscribe, please comment, please like, please support me however it is that you can. And I hope to see you in another video.